Total War Warhammer 3 has arrived. After giving it a go on Boosteroid, we're launching into the world of PC rental services by trying it out on maximum settings. I'm Little Quick. Welcome to Cloud Gaming Battle. After a somewhat disappointing run on Boosteroid, we're revisiting Total War Warhammer 3 on maximum settings. This gameplay is through the Moonlight app, connecting to one of maximum settings NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 machines. We'll start with the bad. Total War Warhammer 3 is a huge game. Unlike Boosteroid, where the game's already installed and ready to play, maximum settings, like any other PC rental service, requires you to download and install the game. This process took nearly an hour. On a service that's paid for hourly, this was time and money spent on prep that was without enjoyment. However, now that it's done, it is done, and I won't need to do it again unless I remove the game from storage. Regarding space, maximum settings is not stingy with it, and you'll have a generous amount of hard drive space to work with. I did not have to clear room in order to install the game like I would have to with, say, Shadow? Latency was excellent as expected. Connecting from Northeast Ohio, United States to Toronto, Canada is not a huge distance, and the connection is reactive and seamless. The stream was also smooth. I did not run into any streaming issues in the several hours I put into testing. If you're far from Toronto, your latency will be worse, though with a game like Total War without split-second consequences, it shouldn't ruin the experience at all. Starting with some benchmarks, the game performed fairly well. Not seamless 60 frames per second the whole time, as would be perfect, but holding between 40 and 60 frames. Audio was clear the whole time, without any hiccups or distortion. But how did the game play? My home PC is not bad. I run a GeForce 1080 with tons of RAM and a reasonable processor. In this demand-heavy market, where finding a GPU or even a CPU can be difficult and overpriced, upgrading my PC has been continually delayed. Even so, I still play Total War with an ultra unit size and I have a great time. As a Total War fan, playing on the RTX 2080 was a much better experience than what I'm usually working with. The details were crisp, the frames per second was higher, and I didn't notice a difference in control speed or reaction time. As someone who usually puts a lot of effort into their PC and game experience, it was a bit sobering to realize how much better my gaming could be if I could get my hands on better hardware. Maximum Settings has this better hardware. But what about the problems that Boosteroid had? Was there any user interface issues or problems in multiplayer? Simply put, no. I didn't detect any issues at all with the hardware running the software. I didn't have issues with the cloud saves, no lost progress. I played several lobby games before and after the Total War post-launch update, and none of the issues that were present with Boosteroid were a problem in maximum settings. In those multiplayer battles, my frames per second was significantly higher and smoother than the benchmarks, as they weren't as busy or action-packed. I kept around 60 frames per second the whole time. Delving into more complicated features, such as the campaign and the multiplayer campaign, went flawlessly as well. The game played fantastically. It looked excellent. I had no crashes. I had no hardware-related bugs or any poor interactions from Moonlight, my streaming app. The verdict is that Total War Warhammer 3 plays really well on maximum settings in the 2080 tier. No, it's not perfect. I drop under 60 frames per second under duress, but it's still the best Total War Warhammer 3 experience I've had so far, cloud gaming or otherwise. Setup is inconvenient due to sheer size, but once it's running, it's a blast. If you like the video, you know the drill. Drop comments and questions below and subscribe to keep up to date with the latest news, reviews, tips, gameplay, and comparisons on cloud gaming, including maximum settings. Keep it tuned here to the only place you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle. Little Quick, signing out.